This is the caged Real 5x5. It is a 5x5 puzzle with super stickers on the centers that reveals an internal 3x3. To give you an idea of how this puzzle turns, when I turn just the shallow 5x5, the inner 3x3 does not move along with my turn. However, when I turn two slices together, the inner 3x3 starts to move with my turn. In fact, this inner 3x3 is actually tied to the slice layer. If I move just the slice layer on its own, you can see it moving the inner puzzle. This is not the first implementation of the Real 5x5. In fact, Carl Hoff has made two of them. The first one being the double circle Real 5x5, which implements all the extra pieces through the use of, guess what, two circles, and also the windowed Real 5x5, which is mechanically very similar to this puzzle and essentially just has a giant window on the face pieces that allows you to see the internal 3x3. I actually didn't know that puzzle existed, which is why I designed this one. So I emailed Carl asking him why he didn't use this much simpler approach to creating a Real 5x5. And he replied back, and it turns out that he did 5 years ago. But I still proceeded with this design because I kind of liked the way it looked. I liked the way that my windowed design came out, and even though they're pretty beefy, I put a lot of gaps in there so the pieces are pretty easy to see on the inside. Just gonna point out one small detail here. The 5x5 centerpiece and the internal 3x3 centerpiece are actually separate. You can see that the inner 3x3 centers also have super stickers on them that are currently misaligned in the checkerboard pattern. However, if I turn the outer face by 180 degrees, now the colors down the sides are all aligned. When designing this puzzle, I actually ran into a few design issues literally after the whole thing was printed, where because I cut away so much of the cage in order to increase visibility of the inner pieces, that during a half turn, all the edge pieces will literally fall out. If you can look over here and you imagine this was any lower, these pieces would have nothing holding them in. And I was afraid I had to ditch this entire design, but fortunately I was able to just print slightly taller 5x5 T centers and slightly taller center caps, which now allows the edges to be held in during a half turn. More visible over here, where you can see this edge piece is quite literally only being held in by these two prongs right now, and friction. Anyway, I'm glad I was able to salvage this design, which took a long time to print, with just a quick and simple fix. This has been the caged Real 5x5.